Hey guys, MWUSA Season 3, Episode 129, and I just wanted to give you an update as to what was going on. Right now it is Wednesday night. The last recording I did was Tuesday night, and I haven't published it yet because I haven't gotten internet, so I'll be publishing it soon. By the time you hear this, you would have already heard that, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I wanted to kind of go over how things are going, what happened today. Today we were in Skagway, and it's a small port north of Juneau, about 150 miles. And I'm telling you, Alaska has been so warm. It's been so unusual and so clear and so nice. We took a train ride today, and one of the things they told us was they could only see a certain mountain range about 12 days a year, and today was one of them because it was so clear. And it was just such a nice day. It was in the high 60s or mid 60s. It was just a gorgeous day. So we've been very lucky on this trip so far. So this morning, got up 7-ish, and we actually went back in time another hour yesterday. So we were between Pacific and Hawaiian time. So we were 4 hours away from Eastern time. And this morning woke up early, had some breakfast, and just got out around 9 o'clock. And our trip for the day started at 9:45. We took a bus ride about 2 hours, and along the way saw the most beautiful scenes you've ever seen. I did publish a bunch of them on YouTube because I was able to get a signal for a short time. I did them as shorts so that it would be faster. Some of them did not make it up. As soon as I do have an internet connection, those will make it up, and it was just unbelievable. Yesterday we saw bald eagles, we saw whales, we saw orcas, we saw all these great things. Today we saw more natural scenery. We saw glaciers, we saw waterfalls, we saw rivers, we saw lakes, we saw gigantic pine trees like you wouldn't believe. And we went to a place where the did I say palm trees? Pine trees. The pine trees were so tiny that they never got more than a couple feet tall because the ground was so rocky and the weather was so harsh throughout the year, except for around now. So this is the warmest time of year, obviously, because it's the longest days of the year. So had just a great time. The only thing I would complain about would be that the trip was too long. We went on a 7-hour trip, 2-hour bus ride up into British Columbia and the Yukon, and that was really good. It was just long enough for me. I was done at that point. But then we took a 5-hour train ride back, and that was a bit too long for me. The train was a little bit uncomfortable. So what I would say is, if you guys wanted to do something like this, do the 2 or 3 hour train ride. I think that's long enough. A lot of what you see is going to be similar. I mean, although everything is unique and beautiful and everything, I wouldn't want to put that much time into it next time. So I would want to probably spend more time in town doing a little shopping and things like that. So we go over a couple of those things. So they have this thing where you go to an event once or twice a day, and you listen to their spiel, and they give you this little one of those little charms that you put on like a bracelet or a necklace. And my wife was doing that, so I started going with her. That way I was getting one for one of the girls if they wanted one. And you have to listen to this stuff, and we would just go in and get it and leave. And they even had, the cruise ship owns a lot of the places on land. And so they had coupons for these stores that they owned, and including like going to a jewelry store and get a charm. And of course they owned that jewelry store as well. And today my wife ended up, they're like, oh, because you have this coupon, you can get these earrings for $10. And she got 2 of them, one for one of the girls and one for her. And I'm not going to complain about that. I'm getting off pretty easy, honestly, when it's only that much. So they had some really good deals in town. It was a small downtown area, and they had like 2 hats, 2 baseball caps for $10, 2 t-shirts for $20, 2 sweatshirts for $40. So the prices were good. We were able to get some presents for the kids, and all that was fine, and the weather was great, cooperated with us and everything, so I can't complain about that. So what about the gambling portion of it? The gambling portion of it, I really didn't get a chance to do anything in the morning because the casino closed at 11 o'clock last night. I don't know if I updated you on everything with that, but I ended up doing okay yesterday. And then, so the casino didn't open up till after we got back from shore. So I did have a couple sessions. I had, right before we were supposed to get a charm, I said to my wife, let me just go check out the casino real quick. I'll meet you there in 15 minutes. And it ended up going like 5 minutes over, and by then it was too late. So she got one, but I didn't get a charm. But I did end up getting $168 profit on this one play that I found. So that was good. We had some dinner, and I said, let me just have like 15 or 20 minutes to look at the casino one more time, and I'll meet you back at the room, at the room, which is what I'm doing right now basically. Was going through that stuff. I found one play again. I played that through. It was like $1.50 a spin, and it ended the session ahead 190. So I'm ahead a couple thousand for the trip right now. I can't complain. I do have a little bit of free play back home. I've got someone playing it for me, so I don't have a problem with that. I'm just gonna split it with them, so no problem there. I should make about 500 this week off that. So all that is good. Can't really complain about the trip at all. It's been so nice. I will say though that the food has been okay, not great, and it's never been that way with Norwegian for us before, but I see that they're starting to do some kinds of new foods, some new Asian things, some new soups and things like that that they didn't do before, and maybe they need to work on them a little bit more, because sometimes you'll get something that's cold in there, or you know, just not done perfectly. They got to get their timing right. So, and I had a few problems with the service where I ordered a drink and it never came a couple times, but nothing too drastic. You know, they're busy and I understand that, and I'm not complaining. So overall, everything is going well. Alaska has been just beautiful. All the animals and the scenery that we've seen have just been spectacular, beyond what I thought I would see. And tomorrow's going to be Glacier Bay, I believe is what it's called. So we're going to spend the day looking at different glaciers, and I think they're going to have some kind of a naturalist or geologist or something come from the Wildlife Service and go over some stuff with us, and then we're going to be looking at glaciers a lot of the day. So I think tomorrow, I'm not positive if we have any excursions or not, but all that stuff is in good hands with my wife, so I'll let her handle that stuff. So other than that, yeah, everything's going really well. I can't complain, and I'll update you once I get more stuff for you. I know this week is a little bit different than normal, but I've got to go on vacation sometime, and I just thought that the information I'm giving you might be useful. So yeah, really, that's about it. That's what's going on. Right now it's about 55 degrees. I'm standing on the deck of this beautiful, huge ship, looking at mountains that, if you compare these mountains to the ones in Juneau, these are about 3 or 4 times the size of the ones we saw in Juneau. So when we woke up this morning and we opened the blinds and we looked, it was like the mountains going into the sky, just disappearing into the sky, where yesterday we were seeing 10 big mountains. Now we're seeing like one mountain taking up your entire view because it's so enormous. And there is one short that I'm going to upload. That's the one that's stuck right now. I'm uploading it as a short and as a regular video. And as a regular video, you can see it better. I just put the camera near the shore, and you can see the mountains that are close by, the mountains that are medium, and the mountains that are far away, and the clouds, the beautiful sky, unbelievable, with some snow on top of the mountains. I can't wait until you guys can see that. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's Wednesday night, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. I'll be back. All right, guys. All right, I am back. It is Thursday, June 27th. It's about 4:30 local time, which is Pacific time. Currently, I wanted to kind of update you on what's been going on. And the answer is not very much exciting stuff. A few things I didn't mention yesterday was some of the stops that we made. Now forgive me if I did say this. You could buy stuff using American money or Canadian money because we had crossed over into Canada. And there were signs that said US dollar and Canadian dollar bought at par. Par means the same, it's the same. So $1.37 Canadian is $1 US. But if they're charging you $1.37 for something and you're paying with US money, you still have to pay $1.37. So you're really paying 37% extra for it. And people were lined up with their US dollars, not understanding that. And of course, I had my Canadian dollars with me, and I paid with Canadian dollars. My wife bought 3 different kinds of maple syrup from there and some candy, things like that. So I used all Canadian dollars. One of the places that we went was like a general store, and I noticed they had some nice furs there. And ever since I was a kid, I always wanted like a bearskin rug or some kind of a thing like that. And they had stuff like that there, but our stop at this place was so short, I didn't have time to even look into the price of it or anything. I saw some small stuff for like $10 or $20. It was pretty cheap, so I can't imagine that the rug was going to be more than like $300, but unfortunately I couldn't do that. So let me see. So we also stopped at a place where it was like a gold rush type place. It was an authentic place. It was called Bennett, Canada, and people actually went there during the gold rush to try to get gold. And they left all the artifacts there, what they call as artifacts, which is basically a bunch of tin cans that are all rusted out, laying around everywhere. But they warned us, hey, this is like a museum. Don't mess with the artifacts. Don't pick them up. They might look like trash, but they're not trash. But, you know, to me, they'd be better off picking them up and putting them in some kind of a museum than leaving them out to rot. But really, that was it for yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. Today, not so great. Today was Glacier Bay, and Glacier Bay is just like what it sounds, where all the glaciers empty out into. And I found it to be very not so great. And the reason for that is, in the wintertime, which is when some friends of mine came here, the whole place was covered with snow. And you think that the whole huge shelf that you're looking at is all the glacier, but now that we're here in the spring summertime, we could see that no, that's not the case. The glacier is just a small area, and it's like they had these rangers, these park rangers on, talking about the doom of the world. And I'm like, didn't Al Gore say that New York City would be underwater by the year 1999? And here's where we are right now. But yesterday when they were talking to us, they were saying that like the glacier was receding by 2 inches a year. Okay, so you're talking about these glaciers that are miles long. Let them recede by 2 inches per year, if you even believe that that man is causing it. Now, the first glacier that we saw was named by a guy in the 1800s, and he was measuring how much it was receding. You know, the 1800s, when there was almost no industrialization, almost nothing in the air from any kind of commercial enterprise, and it was receding back then. So is it possible that maybe it may not be caused by humans? I don't know. I mean, I did a calculation before about how much pollution we put in the sky according to some of these environmental groups, which of course it's going to be the right number or overestimating, and then how much pollution gets filtered out by plants in the world. And the earth is actually getting cleaner every year at this point. So I don't know. Anyway, today it's been pretty cool. It's been about 59, 60 degrees, just the right temperature. And like I said, it was a little bit not so great with the glaciers, but overall it's a nice day. And there's actually people in the pool today, people swimming, people in the hot tub. and a few people in the casino. So I didn't really make much money today. Let me see here. Let me look real quick how much I made today. Yesterday I made 168 and 190, and today I made $20. And my wife's like, while you're checking those, is it okay if I play this quarter machine? I'm like, why are you playing that? It's one of those machines where you drop quarters in, and if they fall off the ledge, you get that much money. And she's like, oh, I know, it's not, I'm gonna lose anyway, but I just want to play to waste time. I'm like, okay, that's fine, go ahead. So far, I think I've bought zero on this trip. I haven't bought, other than food that we've eaten at restaurants, I haven't bought anything. She's had, coffee here and there and earrings here and there and things like that. But as for me, I haven't done anything. But right now we are moving on to our next stop, and we should be there early tomorrow morning. And we're actually going to do an excursion tomorrow. We leave the boat around 7:15, and our excursion starts at 7:45 in the morning. We're taking a boat to this town, and then we're going to spend some hours there and taking another boat back. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and then we'll see after that. So I am watching a couple machines right now, slot machines. They are almost in position. One of them is $4.50 a spin, and one's almost $15 a spin. And I really don't want to waste $10,000 when it's not in position. So we've got like 3 days left. We'll wait it out and see. And there's one at $1.50 also that's getting close. So hopefully we hit all those. There's a couple other ones that are must hit by $5,000 that I'm watching, but they're not that close. So we'll see what happens with all that. Right now, letting you go. It's Thursday afternoon, and I'll be back to update you when I have more information. All right, guys, I am back. It is now 11 p.m. Pacific time, and I just wanted to update you before going to sleep here. It is getting really windy out, but temperature is still really nice, so can't complain about that. When I talked to you last, I think for the day I had made $20 on slots. I did have 4 more sessions since that, and with those 4 sessions I ended ahead 400, 217, 159, and $10. So up over 800 for the day on slots. Can't complain. Yesterday was a good day, like $350 yesterday. Can't complain about that. Day before that was very good. I have no idea what that was. It was like 1,400, something like that. And the day before that was over 1,000. So, doing well. And right now things are settling down. There are still a couple machines that I'm waiting for. One of them did come through, and it paid pretty well. It paid like $475. I was down 75 when it hit, and it hit for 475. So all that's good, but the big ones are still to come, and can't wait for those to finally hit. So right now, tomorrow we are planning on, what is the name of the town we're going to tomorrow? I can't think of it right now, but I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow morning early, we're going to get on a boat, go to town, and spend the day there. I'm going to try to upload some videos and try to upload an episode or 2, and we'll see how that goes. So right now I'm going to let you go. I'm going to say goodnight, and I will talk to you tomorrow, which will be Friday. All right, guys, I am back. So today we went to Ketchikan. Right now it's about a 10:20 ship's time, but it's actually 11:20 local time, because sometimes just to keep things easy, they keep ship's time on the old time zone till the end of the day, and then they switch it the next day. So that's what's going on right now. So today we went to Ketchikan, and it was primarily a fishing and timber town, and now it's mostly people coming in from cruise ships. So that's where most of their money comes from. They have a population of about 8,000 people throughout the year, and then during the summer months they have a population of about 10,000 because of people coming in to work for the summer, and then they have up to 20,000 people visiting at a time. So you can understand how much money and how dependent they are on tourists. So we went there and we looked around, and this town is known for, well, this area is known for. These knives are like curved, and they kind of remind you of something that you'd cut a pizza with. You know, you hold it in the middle, and it's kind of like a semicircle, rounded on the bottom blade. And so my wife wanted one of those, and they range in price from like $5 for a cheap one all the way up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Some of the ones that we saw were $500, $700. We got one that was made out of antler, different kinds of antler, and we thought that was good enough. We didn't really care about getting ivory and all that kind of stuff. So we ended up paying about $65. I think it was listed for $73. I got the guy to $65. And then while I was there, this guy says, I've got some other stuff. We started talking about other things that we do. I talked about collecting coins and bills and things like that. And he goes, I got something to show you. And he shows me a $500 bill. Now, it's been my goal to get a 500 and 1,000 at least bills sometime, you know, and I didn't want a piece of trash. So he showed me this bill. It was a 25. It was rated a 25 with coins and bills. There's a rating from 1 to 70. But something like this, it was made in 1934. Well, it's 1934 series, so it's about 90 years old. And this one was rated a 25. And I looked it up, and it's authentic. I saw on PCGS's website, and there's only 36 of them that are actually graded better than this one. So this is a San Francisco 1934 $500 bill. So we negotiated, and I ended up buying it from him. I ended up paying, he was asking $2,000 for it. I ended up paying him $1,650 for it. I was trying to negotiate with some gold nugget earrings that my wife wanted, but that didn't work out, so I abandoned that. So that was cool. Then we took a boat to that area and a boat back. It was about an hour drive or so, or an hour boat ride each way. And we enjoyed the walking around and stuff there. We were there for a couple hours, then came back to the boat. And I played one session of slots, and my wife was sitting with me, and I got buried for a little over, at my lowest point I was down 1,150. I ended up leaving minus 970 or something, then ended up chipping away at it, and eventually ended up leaving down 49. Came back and then played another session, won $2, came back, played another session, was down as much as 580, and ended that session ahead at 39 or so. So overall for the day, I ended, I believe, down $8 for the day, but not a terrible day considering how bad things got at a couple points. We met with some folks that we've seen a few times that my wife's gotten friendly with, and we're going to be meeting them tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to be in Victoria, which is British Columbia, Canada. And the weird thing is we're not going to get there till about 8 p.m. and we'll be there till about midnight. So we decided not to do any kind of excursion. It doesn't make sense to be rushing all that time. So we're going to end up just leaving the ship and going ashore, maybe finding somewhere to have a dessert or dinner or something, do a little bit of shopping and relax. And these folks are going to come with us. So nice folks, and that should be fun. Right now, I just finished up a session, and I'm waiting for someone who is working on a machine that's ready to hit. She's been on it for 2 hours, and she's only got $50 left. It's 75 cents a spin, and I'm hoping that she's done after that. I'll be able to sit down. That should pay about $250, so I would love to sit down on that one. So let me think here. Temperatures today were in the high 50s, so another nice day. Can't complain about anything for this whole trip. Weather's been good. Saw a bunch of whales, bald eagles today. Just everything. I mean, it's just been like a dream. Been a great vacation. I think people should come in the spring and summertime when some of the snow is melted and the weather is better. September, October, I think is just a little bit too cold. So, yeah, that's what's going on right now. I'm going to head back in there, see if I can get on this machine, see if she gets up, and then I'll be back to update you. I may not update you tonight. It is Friday night right now, but I may update you tonight and wrap up the episode, or I may let it roll over for the rest of the weekend. So right now I'm letting you go, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back real quick here just to append the last recording. I did go back, and they were leaving as soon as I got there, and it was ready to go. I spun the reels 111 times, and it ended up hitting with a net profit of $244. So that's great, beats my whole day. So plus 244 there, we'll add it to the negative $8 that we had, and we're back in the positives for the day. So right now I am heading back to the room, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. It is Saturday, 1 p.m. and we have not gone anywhere today yet. We're still traveling to Victoria, British Columbia, and I did get a couple short sessions in today. Nothing really major, didn't really make much money. I had one session where I made $177 and one session where I made $1. But we've had a pretty relaxing day today. Watched the news. For part of our trip, we were so far out there that even the TV stations weren't working on the ship. The internet wasn't working, so you'd be connected to the ship's internet, but you wouldn't get anything. So finally, everything is back up again. Today, we are going to be, like I said, going to Victoria, and we're meeting a couple friends there that we met on the boat. And we'll be having dinner, shopping, doing all that kind of stuff. So nothing too major, nothing too strenuous, nothing too exciting, but wrapping up our cruise here with pretty relaxing day, hopefully. So other than that, I'm still watching a couple machines. A couple of them I'm going to have to let go. There's no way they're going to make it to where I need them to be in time. So there's still a potential for another $1,000 or $2,000 more dollars. I'm up around 3,000, I think, right now, 3,200, somewhere in there. So all that's okay. And really, that's it. To be honest, I can't wait to get back to the normal stuff that we do, and go to casinos and beat them up, make money, and get back into the normal routine. I am going to have a lot of work to do when I get back as far as my office job. We won't be back till after midnight, Sunday night, Monday morning. So probably won't get that much done. But early Monday morning, we'll be leaving probably around 6 o'clock or so and heading out to my first stop. And then we'll go to work after that. We'll probably spend a long day at work. And then Tuesday will probably be the same, just trying to catch up on things and get motivated a little bit to do that job. And then finally, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's going to be all out. It's going to be war with the casinos. Wednesday, probably be doing an overnight, and then that would be Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday probably have a big day as well. So that's what's going on right now. Things are pretty dead here. Just relaxing. We sat in the observation deck, which is like deck 15. It's the front of the boat, right above the bridge, I believe, and you have like a 270-degree view of everything around you. You can see some whales popping up here and there, and they have like a small snack buffet type situation set up with cookies, fruit, yogurt, some deli meats and cheese and things like that. So all that's good. It's pretty nice up there. Different kinds of drinks and coffees and tea up there as well. So I did ask a friend about how many points it would take to get a free cruise, and he said that Norwegian doesn't work that way anymore. It works by discounts. So depending on how much, if you give them $50,000, $100,000 in coin in, then you're going to get a discount off your cruises and potentially some cash back on your present cruise. So that's what's going on with that. So right now it's about 55 degrees outside. It's very foggy. We can't see very far, but we're still seeing a whale here and there popping up, jumping out of the water, things like that. So just taking it easy, and I'll be back to update you when I have more information. Alright guys, I am back. So one more quick session, plus $4. They closed the casino. It doesn't look like it's going to be open for the rest of the trip. So while I'm in range, I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and we'll catch up next week with the end of this trip and the beginning of next week. So if you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.